outbreak happening right now in our food called cyclosporia, and it gives you cyclopariasis. It's an intestinal infection due to this parasite. How it happens is when human fecal matter gets onto our food. These farm workers shit where they work. I'm just being honest. Mainly, it gives you explosive diarrhea.
Apple is opening up a lawsuit against OpenAI. OpenAI, when they were doing their interviews, they were asking people that worked at Apple to bring in prototypes or bring in like classified information. It makes me wish that Steve Jobs was still CEO, because one of these other players way back in the day was trying to poach employees that worked at Apple. Steve Jobs sent the most badass email saying, "Warsh pretty much killed the idea of any future rate cuts this year. Half of the chairs of the FOMC are estimating that we might have more hikes this year."
Michael Saylor is selling all of his Bitcoin. Do you know he's always touted about buy and hold your Bitcoin? Oh, it's always a good price to buy Bitcoin. Never sell your Bitcoin, this and that, yada, yada, yada. At first, Strategy was a company where their goal was to raise capital through stock sales and convertible notes and just buy Bitcoin and hold the Bitcoin indefinitely.
Welcome back to another episode of The Market Take, breaking down what's happening around the world in the markets and in crypto.
And if you like being informed about this kind of stuff, please consider subscribing to our channel. And if you do watch our content and you're not sure if you're subscribed, please double check. A lot goes into making these videos, and we get super motivated when we see that people are interested. So yeah, thank you.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of The Market Take. The date is July 13th, and it's a bad time to be a vegan because there's a Cyclops outbreak.
Cyclops. Guys, wait. Before,
I just thought I would start with something crazy to get a hook going or something.
Yeah.
It's a bad time to be a vegan because of a Cyclops.
There's a Cyclops break. Before that, though, can we just talk about that BS Conor McGregor fight, man?
What was that? It wasn't even in the first minute. It was the first move.
Dude, he had to be. First of all, you're 40 years old. You can't be jumping around like
He's
that
37.
Anymore. 37. Okay, whatever.
There's 80-year-olds that do Ironman. He's fine.
He was injured before.
Yeah, years ago.
No, like recently.
Dude, he even put out a public statement saying, "I was totally fine. It was a freak accident. I was practicing full force in the locker room."
And you believe it?
He looked fine to me.
I saw some footage prior to the fight of him with the little limp. But
you know what? I was shooting conspiracy theories with Austin, and I was like, well, we know if he lost, there would be a 0% chance of him coming back, or like a 0.1% chance. But with an injury, everyone is still questioning, what if? We never saw a fight. So Conor won the first one, Max won the second one by this crazy injury. That leaves room for a third one because everyone's still wondering what if, because at the end of the day, because now they're owned by Amazon, it's all about the views and streams. You think everyone's not going to tune in
Amazon
again?
Now?
Amazon Prime, bro.
For the UFC?
Yeah. I mean,
Paramount.
But you get Paramount through Amazon, same shit. But yeah, it's all the stream games now. Look into the copper pipe conspiracy. Cole, how about you tell us what the copper pipe conspiracy is?
I mean, listen, Max Holloway would have still just whomped on him, I think.
We don't know that. Hey, but shout out to my boy Patty. Thank God I hedged. Honestly, if me and Ed didn't ask our pops what he thought, I wouldn't have hedged that.
Well, why'd you hedge in the first place if you're so Connor? You're so for Connor.
I wasn't going to hedge until I showed what the what the odds were to my pops about like if I hedged or not. He was like, fucking hedge. The guy hasn't fought in 5 years. Thank God we did it because, bro, like I could just imagine the dumbfounded look on my face if I saw that, like, and I had all that money still on. I was like, what?
Oh my gosh. Anyways, guys, let's
get into it.
Yeah, let's get down into the meat and potatoes. Arthur says there's a Cyclops running around getting vegan sick. Well, let me tell you what that means. There is a parasite outbreak happening right now in our food called cyclosporia, and it gives you cycloparalysis or cyclosporiasis. That's how you say it. Cyclosporiasis. It's an intestinal infection due to this parasite, and this parasite gets on fresh produce mainly. Now, guys, keep in mind, cyclosporia is not a new thing. Okay, this is an old, well-documented parasite that comes and goes every year, but not like an outbreak like this. How it happens is when human fecal matter gets onto our food. So if you can imagine how, oh my God, Justin, how does that happen? Well, let me tell you, these farms don't exactly have the greatest working conditions. All right, sometimes these farm workers shit where they work. Like, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Like, you know, and okay, so anyways, what does cyclosporia do? Mainly, it gives you explosive diarrhea.
Uncontrollable from what Justin was telling.
Yeah, like first here, let me give you like a breakdown. Let me give you the stages. First of all, there's about a 2 to 2 week incubation period, okay?
You said 2 to 2.
2 to 2 week. I just said 2 days to 2 week. Sorry, 2 days to 2 week incubation period. Okay? Meaning it could take up to 2 weeks for you to get sick. People usually get sick around 1 week to exposure. Now, what happens? First, you get gnarly stomach pains, stomach cramps, twisting and turning, stomach aches like you've never had before. And then the explosive diarrhea comes. And let me tell you, from what I read, you are blowing out of there every hour by the hour sometimes.
Uncontrollably?
Yeah. Sometimes people vomit too. But yeah, I mean, it's uncontrollable. Like, there's no holding this in. Like, if you got it, you better just stay home because you have to run to the bathroom each time you have to go. So how does this become dangerous, you know? Well, you know, this actually lasts for a pretty long time. Normally when people have diarrhea, it lasts for like a day or two, right? This could go on for like a whole month.
Oh my gosh.
If untreated. Yeah, so people end up going to the hospital because they get so dehydrated from the explosive diarrhea, and then then they have to go to the hospital. Yeah, and it is treatable. I will say this, and the only way it's treatable is through an antibiotic. Well, a couple of antibiotics that are kind of in the same family, but Bactrim is the most common antibiotic used to treat this. Yeah, I mean, if you're a healthy young man or young woman with no immunocompromised system, usually you could kind of weather the storm, or at least go take the antibiotics and be okay. But if you are immunocompromised, you must go to the doctor. You have to go to the doctor. Like, you're gonna get severely sick from this. But yeah, now this mainly what people are saying, and this is where most of the cases are, is in Michigan. Now, yeah, so a majority of the cases are in Michigan.
Still no confirmed source yet?
No confirmed source.
Okay.
But from past cyclosporia outbreaks, it's usually found in fresh produce.
That's why I said vegans.
Yeah, like fruits.
Cilantro, parsley, basil,
herbs, vegetables. Foods to kind of just stay away from, I would personally at this time, because this thing's spreading pretty fast. First, it started in 17 different states, Michigan being the hub. Now it's across over 30 states, and there's about 2,000 plus cases, you would say, right, Art? And then the CDC has confirmed like an actual 843 on their end, but states have reported more. Now, this is where the cases get skewed, like I was mentioning earlier, is because some people will, get diarrhea and it not be like the parasite, because the only way you could test from this is from a stool sample, because a lot of other things could cause diarrhea. Norovirus, just like other bacteria, foodborne pathogens, etc. So if to exactly pinpoint it to cyclosporia, you need to get your poop tested. Basically, you gotta do a stool sample. So how can you avoid getting this? Well, make sure you cook all your vegetables and all your food. As far as like fruits and washing your vegetables, it can like lessen the chances of you likely getting the parasite. However, you got to look at like the structure of like the fruits or like the textures of these certain fruits. For example, like raspberries, strawberries, these parasites, they're microscopic and they hide in the crevices of those strawberries and those raspberries. So, it's very hard to clean those vegetables or fruits thoroughly. Stuff like rivets in it where these parasites could like hide and burrow and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah, let's move on. Everyone's losing their appetite in the chat.
Yeah, be careful
explosive.
out there. There's a big group of people out there though that are linking it to Taco Bell actually.
Oh, well, that's literally what El Mono just said in the chat. Have we discussed the diarrhea outbreak from Taco Bell?
Dude, well, Taco Bell actually like pulled a lot of their ingredients lately, just as a precaution. But people are trying to pinpoint it to Taco Bell somehow. But again, there's no confirmed source.
Well, wash your food. Guys, did you guys see Lindsey Graham died suddenly?
Mm-hmm.
Just like out of nowhere in his house.
They say it was from aortic dissection or aortic dissection. Basically, one of the main arteries in your heart, right? The aortic valve, so to speak, gets like a little like tear in it or like a little hole throughout time due to like plaque, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and then once like blood seeps out of it, it's pretty much a fatal, like sudden death.
You know what it was, right?
Tell me.
It was an inside job. Microscopic drones that fly in through the nasal cavity, go inside, kill you from the inside.
Honestly, it did. I wouldn't. Guys, do you know what Lindsey Graham did? By the way, he was one of our senators, but like his main thing was like being tough on Russia, right? And the day before, he was just in Kyiv, proposing new sanctions on Russia, right?
Yep,
and to bring it to law in the U.S.
Just 3 days ago, he had a meeting with Zelensky.
It's just the timing of this all is just so like, it's so ironic. And, of course, the conspiracy theories are spewing and everything about it.
He should have stayed in his lane and just let Putin be.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But, yeah, I mean, and he was also tough on a lot of other stances. He was definitely like, he was definitely in some, high political conversations and legislation too, that he was at the forefront of. So, I mean, it's all ironic, but, the medical examiner says this is what actually happens, but who knows? But, nowadays, not saying this is what happened, but nowadays, man, you could.
Have you seen that movie called Upgrade, where they like upgrade like people's body, where they like implant like a weapon in the arm, or the guy that just can sneeze drones that can kill you because they fly in through your nose?
Yeah.
You think that stuff's just movies?
Where do you think the guys get the ideas from?
Where do you think that inspo comes from?
Because you think it's their mind? You think they're getting that creative?
I mean, the CIA only funds half of Hollywood.
Or do you think they're digging up documents from our government and getting ideas that way?
Could be.
Who knows?
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
In other news, guys, I'm not sure if you guys saw, but there was quite a feud on X, and we'll get into that here shortly. But Apple is opening up a lawsuit against OpenAI, basically saying that OpenAI was, when they were doing their interviews, they were asking people that worked at Apple to bring in prototypes or bring in like classified information, this and that, going after Apple after Apple employees. It makes me wish that Steve Jobs was still CEO, because I want to say it was Adobe, I think, but one of these other players way back in the day was trying to poach employees that worked at Apple, and then Steve Cook just sent the most. Steve Jobs. I'm cooked. Steve Jobs. We should honestly put that on the reel right there, so everyone's like, "Is this get retarded?" Steve Cook. Steve Jobs sent the most badass email saying, I thought we weren't poaching each other's customers. I'm sorry, not each other's customers, each other's employees. Anyway, yeah, that it was a pretty gangster play.
What else did the email say?
Here, actually, let me pull it up.
But yeah, I mean, in long story short, what Arthur was saying is like, okay, guys, Apple's suing OpenAI for stealing trade secrets, which you cannot do, and then also for poaching employees, like he was just talking about. Do you know what else? So allegedly, Scam Altman was doing.
I got the email.
Let me hear it.
So he says, Bruce, Adobe is recruiting from Apple. They have hired one person already and are calling lots more. I have a standing policy with our recruiters that we don't recruit from Adobe. It seems you have a different policy. One of us must change our policy. Please let me know who. Steve. That's gangster. That's
direct.
Gangster as fuck.
Direct.
Go
but
on.
You know what else he was accused of? What Scam Altman allegedly was accused of doing?
Well, I guess you've picked your side, huh?
I have.
Okay.
I am. You know, after watching a bunch of Scam Altman interviews, I don't know. He just rubs me off the wrong way.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess he was calling Apple's manufacturers in China or wherever they were producing their things at, and trying to get schematics of their machinery or like from like their machined metals and everything. And he got caught doing that.
Scummy.
Mm-hmm.
Because OpenAI announced that they were going to get into the hardware game.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's why this is honestly. So Apple's smart about this too, right? Because they've honestly known about this for years, right?
Yeah.
But basically, what they were doing, they were just kind of like they were building a pattern recognition with OpenAI. So, for example, they could have been doing something a year ago or 4 years ago, and Apple knew about it. They're just building a trail, basically indefutable evidence before they strike, and then the moment Sam thinks he's like in the clear and he's ready to move forward with like hardware stuff, like no one has said anything, that's when they attack.
The art of war.
That's when they attack, and that's what you're seeing right now because allegedly Apple has years and years.
I don't think we need to keep saying allegedly.
Yeah, well, who knows? Everyone's too happy now. But yeah, allegedly. But yeah. Apple knew about what they were doing for years, and now they're striking.
And then on top of that, Musk is the one that came up with the phrase "Scam Altman." He got in on that feud right away. He was attacking him left and right, saying this guy's like the master of scamming. What else would you expect from someone who basically turned a nonprofit AI charity company into like this like profit machine? But then I have some of the tweets of them going back and forth, and it's pretty funny. Elon, of course, saying Scam Altman is super good at scamming, and then some big like Doge guy said Elon Musk warned the world about Scam Altman. Now everyone is finding out. And then Elon says he takes scamming to a whole new level. And then Elon posted a picture of Sam Altman in that court hearing saying, "I'm doing this because I love it." And then Elon wrote, "By this he means scamming." But then I gotta say, man, Scam Altman hit him back kind of better in terms of jabs for jabs. See, he wrote, Sam posted, there are a lot of benchmarks that suggest 5.6 Sol is the best model in the world right now. The most reliable way to tell is that Elon is obsessed with me again. I thought that was kind of funny. And then Elon wrote, on that scamming post, "Homeboy, you're the one selling public investors on short-term space data centers." Dude, I'm sorry, but Sam Altman smoked him on the tweets, bro. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like two nerds like trying to talk shit to each other.
I know, it's terrible.
Talk about each other's moms or something.
Two nerds fucking pointing the chest. Anyway, moving on. Guys, you remember a few episodes ago I said Iran's probably going to walk away in like 30 to 40 days if Israel doesn't pull back on their strikes. Well, Israel struck?
Yeah.
There you go. Struck.
Oh, jeez.
And that ceasefire did not. Man, dude, I'm losing it today. You know what, bro? I fell asleep on the couch at like 7. Woke up at like 10. Went back to sleep and woke up at like 3:30. So I've been up since 3:30. I got to run in at 5 a.m. like a sicko.
You know what it was too, and I noticed this. You didn't take your creatine today.
It is that, bro. That's why my brain's so foggy.
Guys, creatine improves cognitive function. It's proven. It's studied. It's a study. It's the most studied thing in the world.
And don't listen to the 5 milligram dose. That's they're actually trying to keep you not smart. You're supposed to go 10 to 15 at least. Stack up on that creatine. So yeah, guys, you guys already know so much of the backstory behind this whole war. So the peace talks happened. The strait was open. The money was given back to Iran. That was frozen. And then Israel kept bombing Lebanon, but now they just bombed Kuwait. And then they even attacked Jordan, Oman, parts of Qatar, which is crazy because Qatar was helping Pakistan and U.S. and Iran in the peace deals. But Israel continued to strike, and then Israel also striked Hezbollah, and then that's when Iran said, you know what, everything's off the table. And then there was something kind of funny actually happened. Trump just went out of nowhere and said, we're going to allow ships to pass through the strait, but we're going to basically tax 20% to ensure your safety.
Yeah, I saw that.
One, I thought that was outrageous for him to say. And 2, Iran literally said, I'm trying to think of the words that I can say.
They said the polar opposite.
Yeah, Iran basically said, this fucking guy doesn't control our strait. He's out of his fucking mind. If you come through, I'll fucking bomb you.
Yeah.
We're going to have to blurp out those. But
you know, I'm watching a lot of these footages of the strikes in the strait. Man. Listen, I gotta be, and this is unbiased, man. I gotta be a straight shooter here. The shit we're throwing at them is nuts. I'm talking unmanned improvised explosive submarines just blowing the fuck out of their like ship ports, and it's all on IR footage, like drone footage, and it's I mean it's sick, it's cool. You know, I mean, well, not. I mean, the technology is cool.
It's
That's what
interesting technology.
Yeah, it's insane technology. But yeah, I mean, and long story short, guys, the strait is closed again.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's why we saw, I want to say crude spiked up 8.6% and Brent spiked up 9.6%. And that's why we saw crypto kind of reject as well. Stock market's still kind of hanging in there, but it's still a lot of those big tech names. It's a very interesting time in the market. You really have to like find those gems and nitpick at them and trade them and just wait for opportunities to show up. Otherwise, you'll just get creamed in this market right now if you're just trying to trade it the same way as there is trend. Yeah. So all the peace talks are pretty much off the table, and to be honest, I don't know what's next.
Well,
I don't.
This is what I think was next, because like we'll get this right in terms of like congressional approval and non-congressional approval for war actions, right, and like what is considered a war and what's not considered a war. There's time limits to things. So Trump. If you think about it, Trump is being a little smart about this on his end. He'll start conflicts, right? And you'll notice, like, he gives, like, these certain timelines, right? They're all within 60 days. Always within 60 days. If anything, like, prolongs that, then that's when he needs to get congressional approval to like, continue the war. So when he announces that the war is over or ended, right, during the peace talks before they collapsed. Because remember when he was like, guys, we came to a deal.
Yep.
Everything's fine. That's basically the end. And now, again, when he goes, he literally said today, we've entered a new war with Iran. That now has a 60-day timeline of conflict that he could do without congressional approval. So now it just resets. It's a semantics thing. But yeah.
Now you learned something new today, guys. I just learned that too. So we'll keep updating you like we've been doing for the last 88 weeks about this conflict next week too. Moving on, some pretty interesting stuff here. Japan's making their first CIA since World War II.
Yeah, this is super interesting. A lot of people don't realize, after World War II, Japan was they basically couldn't have a military anymore because of what happened, and that was an agreement for them to going forward. Same thing with Germany. For a while, they couldn't have certain military powers, but now I think it's getting to a point where that and they're being allies to us, that doesn't need to be a thing anymore. So now, they're rebuilding basically an intelligence agency for a multitude of reasons. And yeah, it's super interesting because we haven't seen this in a long time. I mean, and these reasons include, tensions with, escalating threats from China, tensions with North Korea, Russia, and then and just having better security for the country overall,
Kind of down with that. Trying to go to Japan soon. Let's keep it safe.
I know.
Oh, man. That is a wild gif, Eduardo. My guy.
What happened?
Hydrogen bomb versus coughing babies. Crazy. Guys, just when we finished talking about... I'm down for... Yeah, bro, let's do it, Cole.
I want to get crazy in Japan, man.
Take that Battle of the Bulls money and let's rock. Have you guys seen the yen yet, guys? You guys better be stacking yen to dollar.
Was it 162 or 168?
Let's double check. JPY USD.
I just bought some the other day. I'm not gonna lie, because I remember you telling me I think it was the other
162 and about to go higher.
Really?
Yep. Look at that daily chart. My God, that thing looks like a alo chart.
Alo.
Alo.
Like what? Like higher as in like lower, like weaker?
Like better for us.
Okay, so
yes,
yeah,
it's gonna get weaker.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, just when we were talking about Pokemon scalpers, I knew the prices on StubHub was getting ridiculous. Like I was like, what's going on? Something's shammy about this website.
Crazy.
The CEO of StubHub was basically paying people to scalp tickets on his own platform to make the ticket prices go up even higher and then collect more processing fees.
Bro, he's the director of the company.
Scum. CEO.
Yeah. Guys, here, what Arthur's referring to is, okay, the StubHub CEO, right, has this company that he's a director of and kind of like a founder, with a company called Andro Affiliate, colloquially Capital. Basically, it's a company that supplies like scalpers to StubHub, essentially, to sell on StubHub. Mm-hmm. The CEO of StubHub controls that company as well. So basically, he just brings these scalper, and who knows? Like maybe he he could be buying up all the tickets and setting up his own price. It's just a big fat circle jerk that people.
You can't buy anything retail anymore.
No, you thought crypto had the scams. You thought Pokemon had the scams. Well, let me tell you something.
So
Entertainment's got the scams.
Everywhere's got a scam, man.
But yeah, I mean, some CBC or CNBC journalists brought this to light. She was doing some investigative journalism. Apparently, this has been going on for like quite a while. Mm-hmm. But she's starting to bring it to light, and yeah, dude, fuck them.
It's wild. Fuck them. I feel like I need to call my credit card and dispute a StubHub charge for some reason.
You have to. You have to.
Let's cut that out the edit. I don't want my Amex to see that. Just playing. All right, guys, let's finish up world news with a little bit of kind of stock news because they do intercept. Well, I mean, this also matters for crypto too. But guys, tomorrow we got a little double play. We got CPI tomorrow, and then, man, I miss saying JPOW. We have a Warsh testimony. That's the guy that replaced JPOW as the Fed chair. But Warsh is going to be speaking after CPI. So, guys, CPI comes out tomorrow, July 14th at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. The expectation is that CPI, I can't talk all today, bro, is that CPI drops down from 4.2 to 3.8%, and then core inflation is expected to be at 2.8 to 2.9%, with an expected decline of 0.2. But we just saw oil just crashed. I'm sorry, spiked again. Oh my God, Arthur, take a nap. Go home. We just saw oil spiked, so that could change up everything already just within 2 days' time. I just see the chat's about to roast me. And guys, this is going to be the last major inflation data that we get before the FOMC meeting, July 28th and July 29th. The FOMC meeting is going to set the tone. Yeah, dude, I haven't had Alpha Brain in a while. Alpha Brain from On It, right? Aubrey Marcus?
Is it on it? Yeah.
So, yep. Have you read his book, Own the Day, Own Your Life? It's good. Anyway, guys, so oil just spiked again. That always makes inflation run crazy. And then we have the Kevin Warsh testimony just an hour and a half after CPI. So at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you guys remember that we spoke about in the last episode, Warsh pretty much killed the idea of any future rate cuts this year. And about half of the chairs of the FOMC are estimating that we might have more hikes this year. And they removed the that like dot plot chart, which is kind of like the expectation of where inflation goes, because that can have somewhat of an impact on the stock market and the overall market. So they removed that too. So this guy Warsh is like, I kind of like it because he's literally there to do his job. He's like, I don't give a F what the market is doing. I'm gonna figure this inflation shit out and figure out the market, figure out rates. I like it. So, if we get a hot CPI above 3.8%, then we can for sure be on the betting side that rates are not going down and that there is a good chance that rates go up towards the year. Now, if we cool down the CPI, then I think we just kind of chill out for the rest of the year, honestly. So I'd rather we just have some cool CPI and we just stay where we are, because I'm very leaning towards the side heavy that if CPI comes out higher, then we're going to have a rate hike again this year, and that's not good for the market.
You want my prediction?
Shoot. Shooters are going to shoot.
And it's not going to be a bad one, right? You just got to see the light. We get a rate hike in October. We bottom in October, and we go parabolic end of October into November. We start climbing. We start climbing. We start freaking climbing.
Well,
especially Bitcoin.
Well, that would fall in line
with the Bitcoin cycle.
With the Bitcoin cycle, which is an average of 1,000 days up and 300 days of down or consolidation. That comes right around October, big dog. Is he going to stay true? I mean, why not? It's done for the last 4 times.
Why would it deviate now?
I don't know.
The moment it deviates, the moment we forget about everything about what Bitcoin does and can do.
Yep. Some other news, not too much really going on in the stock market, but the banks, almost every bank, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, even the big dogs like BlackRock, they're all reporting earnings this week. I don't know if we'll see anything really happen in the markets based off of the bank earnings. Maybe we can gather some more information about potential interest rates, but again, the banks don't have control over the interest rates. It's the Fed. So,
be interesting to see what they earn on loans versus what they pay on deposits. What's that healthy number look like? You know?
What else we got? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the stock market. I would just watch out for CPI. That's going to be the big dog, and basically what the Fed chair says. I think they keep the same till around October and March expecting. I like that idea too, Cole. And to touch upon what Justin was saying, if the banks do show that they have a lot of growth on loans, that's supposed to be a sign of economic growth, or could it mean economic debt? I don't know. Let's get into crypto, guys. We haven't heard about this one in a bit, but guys, the Clarity Act is up for vote in the Senate this week.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So they're expecting to vote as early as July 20th. Today's the 13th, so literally next Monday. So if you guys need a little recap on where it stands right now, the bill passed the Senate in the first round. It's already passed the House. It passed the House last year in July. It's cleared the Senate Banking Committee. Now it just needs 60 Senate votes to basically be done and passed with and complete. And
what
maybe they push it again until around October time so people keep DCAing.
Well, what side was Lindsey Graham leaning on?
Well, he was a Republican.
But there's some Republicans that don't vote.
That's true. You know? It's true.
That could be something that they look at.
Republicans hold 53 seats. They need 60. But if Lindsey Graham is gone, now they hold 52 seats?
So, I don't know how exactly that works. Like, I think does someone fill in for him? Like, does someone get moved up, or like, is there an intermediary like what's it called? Like you know when like a CEO like gets fired or like moves on, or like it's called a intermittent CEO or something?
Yeah.
Is there like an intermittent Senate person that fills in for them?
Chris said his sister, but I can't tell if he's making a joke or not.
I read that. I just didn't know if that was real.
Oh. You said the government replaces him. Trump is backing her. Oh, well, shit. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, my sister.
Okay. Not a joke. Okay.
Clarity Act passing. Cycle finishing around October. You getting kind of bottomy vibes yet or nah?
Say that again?
All right. With the Clarity Act potentially passing near in sight, with the cycle over the last 12 years showing that the end date is around October, you feeling bottomy yet?
Yeah, I think it's all going to fall in at the same time.
Yeah, I do think the Clarity Act keeps getting pushed back a bit
until
around that time.
Like, if we think about it, the Clarity Act is going to change how money works in this country, in the world. Well, in this country.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to go down to as far as it could go. But even if it got passed, you know, when is it getting unvoted? Tomorrow, you said?
No, on the 20th. A week from now.
Even if it gets voted on the 20th, and then that
would be the last vote, though.
Yeah, but we're only a couple months away from October.
True. It could just spin up.
Yeah.
Mono asked a good question. Mid-50s, or is that too aggressive? I don't think that's too aggressive, man. We're about 61 last time I checked, 62 last time I checked. The real key indicator is under 57,500. That should drop us to low to mid 50s easily. It gets kind of sticky at under 57. I got to keep it a buck. I don't want to see Bitcoin under 57 if I'm being honest. I don't want to see it under 57. And I don't think Trump wants to see it under 57 either. You want to know why? You guys remember when earlier this year we said Trump had like 2,000 plus stock trades? It's probably at like 3,000 now. Well, the government of ethics released a 927-page financial disclosure about 2 weeks ago on Trump that Trump approximately earned $1.4 billion in crypto income in just 2025. And that's what they're reporting.
And that's more than all the top funds.
That's more than any fund made.
More than Coinbase. Coinbase made $1.2 billion in 2025. Trump alone made 1.4. CleanSpark made $365 million. Keep in mind, this is kind of like in a bearish time, right?
Mm-hmm.
IREN, $87 million. BitDeer, $66 million. And then all the other funds below them lost money.
Yep.
But Trump somehow made $1.4 billion.
They're saying $635 million from Trump meme coin licensing, plus $500 million from World Liberty Financial token sales.
Mm-hmm.
And you know there's so much more behind that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably showing like a third or a fourth of what was really made.
That's a whole dossier that needs its own episode.
It's I mean, it's not cool, but it's cool. But just pump our bags too, dog. Like,
I know, right?
Can we get some trend here? I don't need a play from him. I just need to see a trend so I can fire off.
Mm-hmm. In other news, guys, Robinhood just launched their chain, like indefinitely. You saw if you pay attention to space, you saw a bunch of meme coins launching on the Robinhood chain, right? You had some coins do some pretty big numbers, right? It's a shiny new toy. Everyone's gonna gravitate and get that new liquidity. Well, I wouldn't say new liquidity, just recycle liquidity, because all the liquidity from the other chains just go into Robinhood because it's, again, the shiny new toy.
Right.
You had their you had one of their cat tokens. I think it was called Cash Cat. Yeah, Cash Cat hit like 240 mil. Now it's at 140 mil.
Dang.
Yeah. So it dropped 100 mil market cap over the past couple of days, but that was, if you were paying attention, that was definitely a little opportunity in there for sure. Now keep in mind, you guys got to ask yourself this, right? Well, first, was there other, meme coin runners on Robinhood? Yeah, there was. There was a few that did like 10 million, 5 million, 2 million, whatever. But you got to ask yourself this, guys. Did Robinhood launch a chain just to launch meme coins off of? Huh? Or do they got a bigger plan in the works?
Nah, meme coin money.
Just meme coin money? I mean, hey, you guys can only assume that they're going to use their network or their chain to put RWAs on there, their own tokenized stocks on there, and it's part of a much bigger plan. But at the end of the day, to me, it's just another network that we all have to interact with. Now, in the short term, you saw other tokens pump because of Robinhood, because Robinhood is the Robinhood chain is a sub chain, or a layer 2 off of Arbitrum, just like Hyperliquid is. And so you saw ARB token pump up about 20%. But yeah, you have, I think, do I think this is a threat to Solana? Nah, I don't. I just don't. I mean, is there going to always be like a little, meme coin market on Robinhood? Sure. But, again, Solana and these other chains are more than just meme coins, and we tend to forget about that. And they do a lot of things really, 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 really well.
That's true, but I mean, traders go where the volume goes, and there's There's just a lot of autism on Robinhood, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know how else
sure.
to say it.
I mean, yeah, there was a lot of volume because it was new, but let's not forget, Salon had done the most volume than any other chain prior to Robinhood, consecutively, month to month to month to month, back to back to back to back. Like, it's not even fucking close.
Yeah. Build a heart. I didn't know how else to say it, man.
Now, yeah, who knows? I mean, listen, that doesn't go without saying that there's no opportunity in Robinhood. I'm sure there is, and you could bet your sweet buttocks that I'm going to explore some.
Oh, so, you already went over that Trump earned more than the crypto stuff. Mm-hmm. I did. You remember when we were talking about the copper pipe thing, about the conspiracy? Cole actually dropped me some more info on that, and I actually want to read it to you guys because it made me think about something else that I actually saw earlier today, which is quite interesting. So Cole says, so back in the day, most of the plumbing for water was ran through copper pipes. For all household water, swimming pools, blah, 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 copper naturally releases positive and negative ions, which are beneficial for the body. Eventually, they start phasing out the copper due to increases in copper pricing around the same time that they started to add chlorine into the water supply. Pause right there. I also just found even organic chicken is bathed in chlorine. I just found this out yesterday, bro. You can't eat shit here, bro.
Bathed in chlorine.
It's bathed in chlorine, bro.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
They literally bathe the chickens in chlorine, like the dead chickens. They like after they skin them.
Yeah,
get them
like they put them in a chlorine bath.
Correct.
Why?
Organic too.
Why?
Something for it to last longer. Wonder why everyone's getting sick. Let's continue with Cole is saying. Around the same time, they started to add chlorine into the water supply. Coincidentally, copper pipes can't handle excessive amounts of chlorine. That's when they started to introduce PVC pipe as a standard for plumbing. Could there be a link between the health of the public and the phasing out of copper pipes? Maybe, who knows? Maybe it's a conspiracy theory. So yeah, it's probably real. I agree. Microplastics have been one of the leading reasons why so many people have been getting sick. DuPont, you remember, got sued for billions and billions because they created a waterproof clothing, which leaves the chemical C8, which is a forever chemical. If you get it in your body, it can never come out. But what I was going to say was, I just found out that fermented food, specifically kimchi, can flush your body from 25 to 55% of its microplastics. Tons and tons of studies about this are coming out. And I've been going into this rabbit hole. I'm about to eat kimchi.
Dude, kimchi is a fantastic probiotic.
Yeah.
Anything, well, a lot of fermented stuff is, because, that's kind of what it is. But yeah, kimchi's fantastic for your gut. That's why I bought that not trying to shout them out or anything, but that Promix stuff, I like it. The D-bloat, that probiotic and prebiotic.
Shout them out, man.
Promix.
You got your affiliate code?
I don't have an affiliate code, but Promix sponsor us, man. Yeah, man. I feel great. I feel like I got I get energy from it. It's kind of like I've been weaning off the coffee a little bit too.
Well, one of the biggest reasons why people are tired and sluggish, it's because their mitochondria doesn't have enough energy to digest correctly. Their body's trying to digest bullshit, just toxins, bad ingredients. That's one of the biggest reasons why people get so tired. It's the same reason why, when you have a crazy big meal, you're just like, oh my God, I'm tired. I just want to sleep. It's because your body actually uses a lot of energy to digest.
Dude, your gut is your second brain, guys. Literally is. It's honestly the source to a lot of things.
I gotta try this out.
Yeah, it's tied to a lot of things that happen to you. Is your gut. Yeah.
Chris just posted something about a microplastics detox in the chat. There's this supplement that I got that I haven't tried yet, but the person that recommended it to me, this guy's like a biohacking nut job. But he recommended this thing that's really good for your mitochondria, which, like I said, your mitochondria is responsible for a lot of the energy that your body produces. So super important. And I'll share that supplement with you guys too in the chat. But that's a good question. It's like a blue and green bottle. I don't even remember where I got it from. Oh. My bad. I think it's blue. I haven't even opened it yet.
We should open a biohacking sub on here. I'm kind of down for that.
A biohacking sub?
I think you meant like channel.
Channel. Well, you guys know me. I love. I'm about to go get a second meeting right now for some PRP therapy and some stem cell therapy. But I'm looking forward to this PRP stuff if it can help. Anyway, guys, when I find that product, I'll shoot it over to you guys. But I haven't tried it just yet. But I love the biohacking and the health stuff, all that stuff. So, what else we got to cover?
I just want to end it on this. We're at 5:51, right?
Yeah.
Guys, Michael Saylor is selling all of his Bitcoin. He's selling it all. No, I'm just kidding. Not all of it, but he's selling.
Nice hook.
Strategy is selling. Yeah, so
I guess
guys,
the never sell your Bitcoin wasn't true.
Yeah. Guys, if you know who Michael Saylor is and strategy is, you know he's always touted about buy and hold your Bitcoin. Oh, it's always a good price to buy Bitcoin. Never sell your Bitcoin, this and that, yada, yada, yada. At first, Strategy was a company where their goal was to raise capital through stock sales and convertible notes and preferred shares and just buy Bitcoin and hold the Bitcoin indefinitely. Well, when the price of Bitcoin fluctuates and you're damn near underwater, you have to do some management with your money, right? So they sold about
I have the exact numbers pulled up right now.
Say it.
On June 30th, they sold, well, you guys remember June 1st, he sold 32, and everyone's like, what the heck? But June 30th, he sold 1,363 Bitcoin. And then on July 6th, just last week, they sold 2,225 Bitcoin. With that said, they do still have 843,000 Bitcoin.
They hold the biggest amount of Bitcoin than any other treasury or institution has ever.
Right.
That that makes no question. They're just, I think they're changing their model. They're like an actual treasury company where they have to manage.
I mean, they have to pay back their investors. So what can cause a huge chaos and ruckus if there are coordinated short attacks to make MicroStrategy sell more, which would then continue to make it collapse. That would be some real wolves against wolves shit. Yeah. I can't talk on Wall Street. And we got to remember who was at the forefront of the table during the .com bubble.
Yeah. Who caused the .com crash, Arthur?
I think there was this guy that falsely reported earnings by 50-60%. Something Schmeichel Baylor, something like that. Schmeichel Baylor. Michael Saylor. That's who it was.
Michael Saylor caused the .com crash.
Pretty much one of the reasons why it happened.
Man, so you think he's going for round 2 right now with crypto? The biggest Bitcoin holder. Guys, again, why are they selling? They say this: fund dividends on preferred stock. They got to pay out dividends, maintain cash reserves, strengthen liquidity, support interest and corporate obligations during a weaker Bitcoin market, manage their treasury, okay, so to speak. But did they get carried away? Did they get carried away buying Bitcoin how they were buying it, when they were buying it?
Way at the top. Why were they doing that?
You're looking at it right now.
I'm looking at the whole chart. I'm like, why are you doing that?
You think Michael Saylor got the cycle wrong? Or do you think he's just weathering the storm and then come October he's like, told you so, you fucking idiots. Excuse my language.
Whoa. Take it easy. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, guys, they literally sold 3,000 Bitcoin out of 846,000 Bitcoin. They still have 843,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's still insane.
It's nothing.
Yeah. So, but like I said, it could get hairy.
I'd say when we start
there's a coordinated attack.
I'd say if we start seeing sales starting to equal into the billions, get a little worried.
Oh yeah. I mean, that last sale for 3,000 was about 150 million. So What?
It was like 250 million.
I gotta pull up right here.
260 million, yeah.
Combined?
They sold a total of 3,588 Bitcoin for approximately 216 million.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you combine them,
Yeah.
What else is there? That's kind of it.
That's it. Right on time.
Guys, I have DCA'd. I've completed my last DCAs in Bitcoin and ETH. I'm okay with these prices. I'm happy with these prices. If we drop another 10, 15%, okay. But I think for the upside from where we're at minus 55%, I do think these are good levels like I have been saying and I've been posting about.
This is a fantastic average.
Yeah.
Like, despite what we're saying, forget what we're saying, guys. This is an amazing average.
Yeah. You guys saw the new update in the Bitcoin channel, the new update in the Ethereum channel. We got some good feedback on it. Please give us some more feedback if you guys think there could be some other stuff that could help you out. The next update we're going to push out is actually on the long-term channel, and that's going to be right on time because I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm going to be moving long-term crypto. And it's going to start out with just pretty much the current holdings of Bitcoin, ETH, USDT, Solana, Ondo, Hype. Those are very small amounts of all those coins. Those three. Alamoto. And I'm going to be adding more coins as the cycle progresses into the bull market and showing you guys how I dump out of altcoins into the cycles. For example, if I buy something like AVAX at $15 and that thing goes to like $50 in my long-term portfolio, I'm going to start to dump. So the long-term channel is going to change into something pretty cool and something pretty interactive actually. So give me a few more days to finish that because it's not just like posting. It's kind of it's a bit more complex than that. So besides that, guys, that's all we got for you. Please make sure you're using the Discord with all of its full capabilities. We just had one of the most insane GM coin runners in a bit. The thing ran like 35%. Alomoto. I mean, it's Alo, A-L-L-O. But we've all just been saying Alo all day.
Hello.
Man, GM coins are pumping every day, son. Wake up.
Hello.
Why don't you put a little makeup? All right, guys. Thank you for joining us this week on the Market Take. I still can't talk, so I think it's time for me to call it a day and go home and get some rest.
Hello.
We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We'll see you on the trade floors. Make sure you guys are asking questions and not being shy. You know what? Let me say one more quick thing too, guys. We harped about this in boot camp, and we harped about this throughout the chat sometimes, but you would never go run a marathon if you've only trained for a week. You would never go fight in the cage if you've been training for a few weeks. Right now is really that time to learn as much as you can, accumulate the best portfolios that you can, ask questions as much as you can, because this is that slower season where you guys are all sharpening your blades, because when the bull market is pumping, you don't want to be caught off guard. You don't want your head to be on a swivel. You want to be locked in and ready to fucking go. So make sure you guys are locking in and positioning yourself for the bull market and for that trend to come, because when that trend comes, it's going to be a fun one. That's all, guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the trade floors.
One sec. I got to say something. Look what we're doing with Pokemon right now, guys. right? We got pretty late into Pokemon, and we're just scouring around trying to get whatever we get our hands on.
Bob.
You don't want to do that in crypto.
Yep.
Stack up right now.
All right. Peace, everyone.